Hi, Dee Dee Ladybug. Thank you for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. I just want to give a big shout out to all my subscribers and just let you know how much I appreciate you checking in on me to see what I'm up to. And if you have any questions, I want you to go ahead and leave them in the comment section below, and I will do my best to get back to you as quickly as possible. So let's go ahead and just jump right in. I thought today I would try something a little bit different. Yes, in my last video that I shared with the junk journal I finished, I had said, oh, I tea stained a bunch of stuff without a glove. Well, my hand finally a week later is no longer brown around the edges of my fingernails, and they look normal again. That's not why I'm filming, but it just kind of made me think, let me show you what I did do, and look at this stack of absolute deliciousness. These are all tea stained papers, all different types of paper, all different pans that I used. Got some back here. I have, look at these back in here with the ripped edges. Everything I just ripped. Look at the size of those. I can't even get them all in the frame. Isn't that crazy? And I just love it. Heaven. And these I just put in the pan. I know you can kind of see the line here, but I can't find a pan that's that big. And so I'm okay with that, because, you know, once I fold them up or, you know, do whatever, you won't even really notice it. Well, hopefully. But I just wanted to share. Uh-oh, what happened here? Not even sure. So I wanted to share with you some of the papers that I used and some of the pans that I used. So the first pan, Gail, who is on YouTube, hold on one sec. Oh, I dropped my phone. Her last name, I just don't want to, I don't want to say it wrong. Let me see. Oh, I had it here a second ago. It's Agostinelli. Agostinelli. I just love her junk journals. They're so beautiful, and I do follow Diane H. She has lovely junk journals as well, and they go to a lot of estate sales and stuff like that. I don't have estate sales where I live, so I have to make do with what I can find at, we have a swap meet every Sunday, so I have to kind of make do with what I can locate there. But anyway, I had asked Gail, how does she get, you know, these little tiny circles on her paper? And she was so sweet, and, you know, she said that she just found some pans, which she does have a video, that she just found some pans in her local area that make just different impressions on her paper. So that inspired me to go out and start looking around at some of my stores and secondhand stores, maybe for grills, but I found nothing. But I went into a home goods store, and voila, I found this delicious pizza pan. This makes the bigger circles here, and these have an impression. So when I ironed it, it brought them down a little bit, but not 100%, which I like. It just gives the paper more texture. And this is a real thick paper too. But I bought this at my Home Goods, and it was $7. And cleaned up really well, and I love it. The other pan that I found is this one. Ooh, that is a strong glare. So I won't show it too much, but it's pretty big, it's pretty hefty, and that of course made the smaller, the smaller little, let's see, If I can find it on, oh, here's a better piece, maybe. Maybe you can see it on that one a little bit better. But you know what I'm talking about. Oh, that turned out nice too. That's, again, real thick paper. And I do try to keep it organized with the paper. So just real quickly, as you can see, this is on. And then there's some of the pages I just put it on a regular old flat tray. Because not every piece has to have that on it. But here's all the papers that I did. And let me get these out of the way. Look at those. Oh, they're so huge. Let me get, thought I grabbed them all. Sorry about that. I'll just move these over. So these are some of the papers that I used. I've had, before I start with this, I do apologize. I don't know, many years ago, went into an Aaron Brothers, and they had some paper there that what kind of paper? It was, not sure what it was, but I had put it behind a dresser and totally forgot about it, and doing some spring cleaning, I found the paper. And this was huge. It was like poster size. So I had 2 sheets. So I just cut it all down into 4s. So that's how big this was. And I just tea stained that. And then I tested it out, the bigger circles and the littler circles. But I actually just liked the way it looked more with just putting it in the tray. So this is actually, since this is all I had of that paper, this is going to go into, I'm going to be playing around with some leather, and I'm going to use this exclusively for that leather book. Anyway, that was a sidebar. So these are some of the papers that I use. This is something I've had forever and ever. I used to work for a company that did promotional products, and I let my granddaughter play in this, and she wrote a little, I don't know if you can see that, but she did this, and I had a bunch of pages that I've already torn out. She scribbled, this was a long time ago, but she scribbled one little, I thought I had them all torn out, one little thing, and then she would turn the page and scribble another little thing. But I thought I had it all torn out. It just keeps going like that. Look. So all those papers, and then a whole bunch that I took out. So this paper is really thick, and that's why I always held on to it, because it's pretty thick. I like that they're wide lines. And this tea stained really nice. So I really like this, and got a lot of it. So I did that paper. And then my brother lives up near Yosemite, and he's got some really good junk stores up there, but it's about a 3-hour drive. So we went into one of the junk stores and came across this paper for a whole $1. It's the the column paper, and this has 50 pages. Well, not anymore, but it came with 50 pages, and it's 16 3/8 by 11. 50 pages for $1. And I love this. I do, excuse me. Sorry about that. So I have coffee dyed it. So this is all coffee dyed. And ironed. I did iron it also, it wouldn't be too bulky. This doesn't go to waste. When I cut this down to go in a journal, I try to use them as pockets, and then if I have to cut any of the edge off, they get used in like a cluster, because to me this is like gold. Just to me though. Let me set these back down, I'm sorry. So that's another thing that I used. And then I was in Hobby Lobby quite some time ago, and I mean quite some time ago. Well, I'm in there a lot, but And I saw this paper and I wanted to start playing around with watercolors because I'm not an artist. I'm not familiar with paints and how to use them and the names. But I thought, oh, if I have the paper, I'm going to go ahead and use it. Well, this was regularly $26 and it's 40 sheets and it's 11 by 14 and I got it for $9. And I did use, this is that real thick one I was telling you about. And I have tea stained this as well, as coffee dyed it. And I just rip it, as you saw. Just rip it right out, keep those rough edges. You know, split it in half or split it in half. Whatever happens with it, you know, I don't think too much about it. And then I have this enormous piece of paper. And this has got a really nice, like, pressed paper feel to it. And I love it. I have to say, I really like it. And this is drawing paper. It's kind of scary. It's got a big eyeball. It's 14 by 17. And I got this at Ross for $6. So what I guess I'm trying to say is, you know, you just have to, if it's something that you're thinking about doing, for me, I just started looking at paper a lot differently and realizing that you can coffee dye it, tea stain it. I know a lot of people are doing some other staining techniques. I haven't gotten to that place yet. I'm still enjoying the coffee and tea staining. But when you can buy something for a few pennies, especially when it's a big piece of paper like this, I mean, I can do it, fold it this way, I can fold it, you know, this way, and I get a lot of use out of one page. A lot of use. It's enormous. So this was, for me, a really good buy, and I'm really starting to enjoy using it up because I like the texture of it. And then on this paper here, I bought this, I think at Goodwill. We have a Goodwill here, and this was, I think, $5. And this paper is just regular 24 pound, and it was 500 sheets, and it's 8.5 by 14. And I do use this a lot. Just, you know, you can't buy a ream of paper for $5, but it's just a great size for, it's just a great size. And you know what, if I don't use it, spending $5, it's not going to hurt me, you know. I won't be too disappointed if I don't use it all. So those are just some of the things that, you know, I started looking around and realizing that it's kind of fun just to do different papers and cook it different ways. Wish I could remember what kind of paper this was. Gosh, it's just been, I had it in the tip of my tongue, and I'll probably remember once I finish recording. But this is my third take, so I'm not going to do another take on it, because I'm probably boring some of you, maybe all of you. I mean, I hope not. And let me show you this. I just got to show you one more thing really fast, because I don't think I shared this book, but this I just bought too, and I love fairies. I just love fairies. And this book I bought at the secondhand store for $3. Somebody bought it at Marshall's for $6, but apparently they didn't like it because it looks brand new. And just look at the illustrations in that. So I'll be hopefully starting to incorporate more this type of, you know, books and stuff like that in my journals, and doing a little bit more experimenting with it. I do have so much more I want to share with you, but I wanted to try to stay focused on just kind of sharing some different ideas on how to tea stain or coffee dye your paper. There's a lot of tutorials out there. Please go check out Mrs. Coggs. She has a very good tutorial on coffee dyeing, she does hers as coffee dyeing and then ironing them afterwards. And I wish I could list all the gals and guys I like to follow, but at least for this one, Mrs. Coggs I thought was a really good tutorial. Well, again, thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you soon. Well, maybe I will do one where you see me. All right. Bye.